If you love a good burger, then we are about to ignite your cravings because we're resetting and taking the humble burger to new heights by making a taco burger, which has been going viral for a very good reason. It is delicious. But the secret to making the perfect burger always lies in the cheese that you use. And today we are using Clover's individually wrapped slices, which will give you all the flavor plus the perfect melt.
My mouth is all so busy. What have you done?
You talk my language. I love cheese. Love, 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 love cheese.
Me
You can
too.
never have enough cheese.
Never. And when it comes to a burger, cheese is always a highlight. But let's talk about some of the other ingredients we have today. So, of course, a burger has a meat component or an alternative to meat, something protein-based. We've got some fresh avocado, tomatoes, gherkins. A bit of acidity,
Bite.
always good on a burger. We've got some seasoning and we've got some sauce.
Okay.
All the sauce. And then, of course, we've got Clover cheese. Now, I love these because they are, of course, individually wrapped.
Yes.
Perfect for burgers, sandwiches, snacking.
Lunch boxes.
Lunch boxes, great addition. So that's, of course, going in. And then we've got our wraps. So let's get into it, Z.
Okay.
Now, what I love about this is that you can enjoy a takeout dinner homemade.
I love that.
So it gives you a bit more control over what ingredients are actually going into it, which is what I love.
Okay, so I thought you were going to put that like on top of the burger, but no, you're mixing it all in.
So I've got
the secret.
I've got some hot English mustard.
Okay.
And that's going to work as two things. It's going to give the patty a nice flavoring.
Yes.
Some zing, some bite, and it's also going to help bring that meat together.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're going in with some seasoning. I've got some pepper and I've got some smoked salt. You can use regular salt.
I was about to ask what kind of salt is that because
It's
it looks like it's darker, yeah.
Give that a smell. It's delicious. It adds another smoky sort of vibe to this. And we're just going to gently mix this together. Just bringing it all together, making sure that mustard is nicely, evenly distributed. Give it a nice stir. And then I'm going to put that aside for a second. And then I'm going to start by switching on my pan. There we go. Now we need a nice sizzle on this because we want that patty to really get that char and represent the effect that you would have on a flame grilled burger patty.
Love that.
So I've got some tortilla wraps here. Okay, and then what you're going to do is just scoop sort of about 2 or 3 tablespoons of your mince.
Oh, wow.
And then you're going to press that into your wrap, making sure to leave about 2 centimeter border around. And we're going to spread that nice and evenly and thin. And then we're going to put some oil into our pan and get this cooking. So the most important thing is to do it meat side down. So we're going to start off by placing our meat.
So it's important for the meat to be kind of like combined. And, and you do that, you said, with your mustard.
Yes.
Okay. I know that they've got the Gouda cheese and the cheddar cheese.
Yes.
Are you going to be using both or do you use just one?
I'm going to be using cheddar today.
Okay.
Just because I love the flavor of the cheddar.
Yes.
And, but...
You could use both.
You could use both.
Absolutely.
For sure. I think they both, in their own right, have different flavors.
For sure.
So you can use whatever's, good for you. I'm just going to loosen the meat at the bottom here.
And obviously you've got to do that in a non-stick pan, right?
Non-stick pan all the way. And then let's see if I can get this right. There we go.
Wow, well done.
One shot. So we're just going to leave it in the pan for a little bit just to crisp up the bottom. But I think we're actually good to go. I had quite a nice heat on my pan. So I'm just going to transfer this to my plate. Now, this is the fun part, see. This is the fun part. This is where we get to play a little bit. And you can be as creative as possible. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of mayo.
Okay.
Just spread that nicely. I've actually still got a bit of mustard on my spoon, which I'm not mad at because I love mustard.
Me too.
A little bit of tomato sauce. I think that's a staple with burgers and chips. You've got to have some tomato sauce. And then for some freshness, I think, especially when you're getting the kids involved. And this is what makes it fun. So we've got some avo, we've got some tomato, and then, of course, we've got our Clover cheese. So we're going to use the cheddar today. And a bit of a wipe. And this is what I love. How convenient is this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? It's so convenient, and it's also nice to portion. I always, struggle with grating cheese and cutting cheese. With this, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go for
perfectly sized.
Perfectly sized, super thin, which is what I love. And it's actually just so creamy and beautiful. And then I'm just going to go with some more of that smoky salt.
That looks good.
Some pepper. Fold it in half and
Voila.
Voila.
Wow. If you want the freedom to make yourself a delicious food that comforts the soul, then you have to save this taco burger recipe for the weekend. And like Jay, you got to go all out. You can get this full recipe at afternoonexpress.co.za.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Clover cheese, perfectly crafted.
Made with love by Clover.